One of the most annoying things about the Chainsaw Man series is how this series doesn't hesitate to kill many characters, even some characters that are loved by many people like Aki. For those of you who have read the manga version, of course you know that this series does have a lot of tragic stories. The death of Devil Hunters comes and goes. Although he also had some fun moments, as reported by the internet below are some of the saddest deaths of Chainsaw Man characters. But before we start this video, please smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and click notification bell, or you will miss future anime videos. Shortly after Makima learned that Denji's existence as Chainsaw Man was known to the whole world, Makima immediately formed a security team to control attacks from other parties who wanted Denji. One of the security teams involved were 3 Devil Hunters from the 1st Kyoto Division, namely Subaru, Yuta, and Michiko. Even Subaru himself only debuted in chapter 55 and immediately died in this chapter as well. At that time, the 3 Devil Hunters were patrolling towards Tokyo in a car, but their journey was finally forcibly stopped by Devil Hunters from America who spread nails on the road. Not having had time to make any response, the Devil Hunter from America immediately shot the 3 people, which made their journey as Devil Hunters over at that very moment. Galgali, or Violence Fiend, the devil's name probably refers to something sinister, but actually the fiend who wears this mask is known as a devil hunter who is quite good, doesn't like violence, and cares about the people around him. Unfortunately, his journey in the Chainsaw Man series had to, and in chapter 65 when another devil hunter fought against Darkness Devil in a very cruel way. Quanxi comes to Tokyo to hunt down Denji as a devil hunter working for the Chinese government. She is known as a strong woman and was a friend in Kishibe's past. Even Kishibe had liked her. In the end, Quanxi's journey as a devil hunter and her friends had to end in the Chainsaw Man series in chapter 70, who was killed by Makima. Quanxi actually intended to surrender to Makima so that her friend would not be killed, but Makima didn't care about that, until finally Makima slashed the 3 of them with her sword. Kishibe as his past partner chose not to see that by covering his eyes. Pochita is depicted as a dog with a chainsaw on his head who is the devil of the Chainsaw Man. He is a dog rescued by Denji, who later accompanies Denji on his work to pay off Denji's father's debt. In the end, Pochita gave his life to Denji when he was stabbed with a sword by zombie Yakuza. Pochita finally chose to give his life to Denji. Pochita's death occurred in episode 1. However, he appeared several times in Denji's dreams. Beam is one of Denji's loyal followers who doesn't hesitate to help people around him, especially Denji. To Denji, this shark fiend often helps him in battle. Even when Denji is weak due to losing a lot of blood, Beam is happy to give his blood to Denji. Unfortunately, Beam's journey in Chainsaw Man had to stop at the same chapter as Galgali, namely in chapter 65 where he was ruthlessly killed by Darkness Devil. Himeno is a woman who really cares about her colleagues as a devil hunter. She deftly stops Power's attempts to frighten Kobeni, especially with Aki, because Himeno really likes Aki. Himeno's death is one of the saddest deaths in Chainsaw Man. Apart from being a character that many people like, Himeno's death happened too quickly. She prefers to sacrifice herself for the sake of her friends, by giving herself completely to the ghost devil, in order to be able to use the full power of the devil. At first, Reze was introduced as the woman who stole Denji's heart, but in the end it was discovered that she was actually a bomb devil who wanted Pochita's heart. After a long fight against Denji, Reze finally lost, but Denji let Reze go because after all, Denji had fallen in love with her. In order to meet Denji one last time, Reze was eventually intercepted by Makima and brutally killed by being speared from above by Angel commanded by Makima. Even though Denji didn't know about Reze's death, he seemed very sad because he couldn't see Reze, even for the last time, like he said to Reze. Angel is known as a devil who rarely speaks, having a close relationship with humans in his past. But in the end, everyone in his past died because Makima asked him to show his abilities. Even after he joined as a devil hunter, Angel had a very good relationship with Aki. Angel's death occurred in chapter 76. Indeed, he didn't die in a tragic way, but he was betrayed by Makima. After remembering his past, Angel is finally forced to give his full power to Makima to fight Gun Devil. Indirectly, it was Makima who ended Angel's life. Power as a fiend often acts ridiculous and annoying, but Power's death is one of the saddest deaths. Power died in chapter 81. When Denji was still worried about losing Aki, Makima asked Power to come to Makima's house while bringing a birthday cake for Denji. But when Denji opened the door, Makima immediately killed Power in a brutal way, without knowing what made her act like that, and why it had to be done. Power's body was separated into two parts. Denji couldn't do anything either, and could only see Power die before his eyes because he still couldn't believe what was really happening. And the last one is Aki Hayakawa, one of the devil hunters who is the idol of many fans. We all know Aki lives only for one goal, namely to kill Gun Devil, who has taken the life of his family. Unfortunately, after being manipulated by Makima, Aki's body ends up in Gun Devil's hands, which turns him into a gun fiend, the devil he wants to kill the most. What makes this even sadder is, in the final seconds before his death, Aki was not aware of what he was doing when he attacked Denji. In his mind at the time, he was playing with his friends, which was his childhood memory, because there is no other choice. In the end, Gun Fiend is defeated by Denji. Those are the 10 saddest deaths of characters in Chainsaw Man. What do you think?